Well, it's that time again. Outer Points Productions is about to go live with another Knockout Challenge match. Join me, Little Cheddar, and my guest live at the Varsity Club in Oshkosh, Wisconsin, as we will be delivering some of the best mediocre commentary in the business. Sit back, relax, and enjoy the match, and don't forget to jump in the chat and say hello. Please take the time to subscribe to our YouTube channel, hit that like button, and share it with all your friends. Thank you so much for tuning in. See you right after this word from our fabulous sponsors.
Dumper Dan's charter fishing fleet in the Port of Sheboygan is Wisconsin's proven charter fishing leader, running the most trips and catching the most fish. Enjoy great fishing for trout and salmon aboard one of our 6 fully equipped modern charter boats with experience and professional crews. See why Dumper Dan's is the most popular name in the industry. We offer fishing and lodging packages featuring the best in riverfront condos and hotel accommodations. Half or 3/4 day trips available, so call to make your reservations today or log on to dumperdan.com. Dumper Dan's charter fishing fleet, Wisconsin's proven charter fishing leader.
Hello, everyone, and welcome to Outer Points Productions. This is Dale Little Cheddar Lorenz. There's the Mr. Excitable over there. Odger Regler is in the house, the billiards manager here at the Varsity Club. We're located in Wisconsin, if you've not figured that out once before. Got anything to say, Roger?
Hi.
We're here on a beautiful Saturday afternoon in the middle of October in Wisconsin, and nobody else wants to be, is pretty much the deal here. Would you rather be outside? I would rather be outside right now. It is. I think I'd rather be out on a golf course somewhere right now. Anyway, welcome to the Ultimate KO 10 Ball. We are still in round 1. I believe this is match number 12 out of 16. Started out with 32 players. You know what? I could actually put that graphic up there for you if you'd like to see it. This is how it all started. $3,000 to the eventual winner, and we got a long ways to go before we get there. So you're going to see a one-game spot because of if you go and you look up their Fargos right now, it's a 49-point difference in Fargo. But when they first signed up, it was a 53-point difference. So Rich Ciampa's getting one game from Patrick Racette. So I'm going to go out to the table and leave you in the extremely incapable hands of Roger. Please don't touch anything, Roger. And I am going to go out and explain the rules to the fellers, and then we're going to lag. What? You're live. Cool.
Sure, the people that are in here all know these rules. So, say Badgers not good, Brewers not good. Hey, Rich. Hey, Vincent. Hey, Kyle. How's it going today? Hello, Pete. Are you outside, Vincent, or are you shooting a tournament somewhere today? All right, getting ready to lag. And Patrick has won the lag. Let me know I channeled my inner Zen perfectly while you were out there.
You did what?
Channeled my inner Zen perfectly.
All right, so scoreboard is updated. Let me get rid of the overlay there of the rules. As soon as he hits the cue ball, we are good to go.
Reset after the break.
All right, so what you're going to see, and I just explained this to the players as well, you're going to see the time clock get down to 15 seconds, and then it's going to reset to 30 because after the break, each player gets opportunity to exchange their break cue for the playing cue, get rid of the rack off the table, so on and so forth. Then, as the rule is in the UPL, once all balls have stopped rolling, that is when the shot clock is reset.
Nice try.
Yeah, and this is, if you've been watching, it is honest attempt. So if you cannot intentionally tie up a ball at any point in time other than the first shot after the break, but it must be called as a push out. Sometimes it starts, sometimes it doesn't, depending on who's controlling it.
Oh, right away.
But you must let your opponent know, otherwise at any other point in the game, it is considered unsportsmanlike conduct to intentionally tie up a ball. Uh-oh. I think he may have underhit that one just a smidge. Mm-hmm. And this is one of those, you're more than welcome to Mass A or whatever you want. There are no jump cues. Actually, there is no jumping at all.
Not even with a full stick.
Nope. Cannot jump at any point in time.
Can you jump up and down?
Most people can. I don't think you can.
Ouch.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. We could play this game all day, Roger. I don't know about anybody else, but I'm just happy to have Roger in the booth for once. Well, it's early. I mean, I may regret that, but
You're pronouncing it wrong.
Roger. That is the typical understroke of a first game in the match. Afraid to overhit it, afraid to underhit it. And you hit it like Roger did last night. Too soon?
Too soon.
All right, fair enough. Roger and I played against each other in the Friday Mini 8-ball last night, and it was probably one of the worst matches both of us have ever played.
Couldn't run out from anywhere.
Nope. You could have given me ball in hand 8 times in a row, and I don't think I would have gotten out.
I thought I did.
I gave you the first game, remember? Uh-oh. That was a little skiddy.
My favorite shot. Right into the rail.
Bless your heart, Kyle. So glad you're here at the Varsity Club. What's going on, Pete Beshta? Vincent Schrader, what's going on in your world, my friend? Dave Dolly tuning in from the Milwaukee area. Former tournament director and charity expert, Mr. Dave Dolly.
Close.
All right. Should be starting over at 0 right now. One game down, and it is 0-0. So then we go to update score, and then successfully pocketed the 8-ball. Oops, make sure it's on the name. Successfully pocketed, and then goes back. And fellow Army veteran as well, Mr. Dolly.
Start when he hits it or after?
Right when he hits it. At the end of this match, there is a good possibility that the clock and everything else will be probably a minute or two off, but that's okay.
Just like you.
Exactly. That's why I said it. Wait, me personally? As in I'm like a minute or two off?
Yep.
Or are you talking about the clock?
Nope, you.
He is not wrong. All right, Patrick back at the table again. That was really, I don't think I would have done that in the first place. I think I would have gone between the 4, 9, and 10, 3 rails, because there's no way you're going to hold that.
Yeah. Not on this table.
No. Rails are bouncy. Nice shot. Good attempt.
Plus you're amped up in your first match. So you do have me muted.
You're not muted.
Rich says he can't hear me.
Well, it's because you're not saying anything. And you're like as quiet as a church mouse.
My inner Zen.
That's
Like cowbell. Do we have a cowbell button?
No, I should get one, though. I think that would be quite entertaining and very annoying for most viewers, which is my favorite thing to do. Rich, why do you say that like it's a bad thing? I don't understand that. I think I would have liked to be on the other side of that 6 ball. It's either that or
You got to hit this
maybe run into it.
good to come. Well, I'd come back and forth. But.
Oh, 2 rails across?
Yep.
Yeah, I think I would too. Because I don't like... Ooh, boy. Yeah, I wouldn't have done it that way. I don't like that combo. Well, this could be... it could bounce off the 10 ball and still go in. So there is that possibility. And it just missed both of them. Yeah. I don't think I would have taken that shot.
You're still allowed to play normal safeties, though, right?
Absolutely.
You just can't intentionally tie up a ball.
For sure.
Be halftime at the Badgers, huh?
Looks like they're playing as good as the Brewers did the last 4 games. Well, probably better.
The last I looked, they had 0. So that's pretty close to the same.
I got a kick out of those that were kind of belittling or berating the Brewers a little bit. You know, they had a great season, I think. A fabulous season. And such a very young team. You know, and we're talking about the coaching staff or the pitching staff, or a lot of money was spent on the Dodgers pitching staff and everything. I get all that. But the Brewers didn't show up. I mean, they did not show up for shite in the last 4 games. Period.
That is true. The amount of money difference between the teams is unreal.
It is. But I think the Brewers have, over the next couple of seasons, I think are going to be almost unstoppable. You know, if they keep the staff that they have right now, and all the players stay where they are, it can only get better. Hopefully.
Maybe not peak quite so early next year.
Yeah.
10 ball.
Nope, that is not a win, folks.
Oops.
That just made it a little bit more challenging to run this rack, where that 10 got spotted to kind of block that 3 ball. Ooh, overcut. Wow. Billet's been throwing down the challenge if anybody wants to accept.
Monopoly money?
I think it was he forgot to put the cents sign after the 500. I think he's got a dollar sign there. I don't think he wanted that. 500 pennies. I'll bet you 500 pennies, Rich. I won't pay you if I lose, but I'll still bet. Nicely done.
Hit that good.
That broke it all up. What's going on, Harmon?
Team Row getting blown out in the Reyes Cup.
Look at that. You're already a professional. You already got Chris Green beat.
I'm going to leave that one alone.
Probably a good idea.
Oh, leaked out.
Slight little Mass A coming up for Patrick. I don't know if he can get around that 10. Good shot. Really well done.
Shit. It's a bit tricky here, too.
Yeah, that was tough to get on that 5 ball. Uh-oh. Yikes.
So they get reset exactly at the scratch then?
Yep.
Little flat on this one.
There was a girl. Never mind. That's a bummer. No jump cues. That's the unfortunate part is, when your opponent gets a little fortunate, gets behind the ball, or misses a shot and gets behind the ball, where you can't play a jump shot. That's why I did it. Nice. Oh, look at that. Nicely done. That's a heck of a mess, eh?
Nice long table cut.
Rich, I think Vincent Schrader said he was going to take you up on that $500. I might be mistaken, but he sent me a private message. It may have been a derogatory comment at me, but I'm...
You must get a lot of those.
Every day. This is a tough game. It's a really tough game. You could ask Rich Stadler. You could ask Vincent Schrader. You could ask... Let's see who else is in the chat right now. You could ask Harmon. You could ask Roger sitting right next to me. When you're playing on the stream table, if you've never played on it before, it is a completely different animal than any of the other tables. And add the cameras, add the lights, and it becomes a completely different game.
That is true.
Wow, how do you leave that short? That's hard to do.
I think somebody should at least bet Rich $5.
I did.
Oh, did you?
Yeah, I didn't hear anything. I didn't hear a reply. Oh, hits the outer point and goes down table. Phew. That could have just as easily gone in. That's really weird that you say that, Harmon, because I think that's what we said in the commentary, too. Just kidding. All right. It is 1-1. And Rich Ciampa's break. All right, so speaking of break... we've got some updates as of this morning on the breaking point. You are going to be hearing me talk about this left, right, upside down till it ends. We have actually 5. I didn't do the other flyer yet, but we have 5 out of the 12 that have already picked a date for the qualifiers, and I'm going to go through these really quick so we don't miss any of the match. First is going to be November 15th, which is a month from now, at Break and Run down by Bob Woodward in Racine. So keep these dates in mind, and they're going to be all over Facebook. So next is January 24th at Charlie's in Fond du Lac. Lake Geneva Billiards, Matt Kitzman and Kurt Jennison, is January 17th. Each one of these are 16 players max and no more. I think that's what max means, right? Mm-hmm. Yeah, okay. Just checking. And last but definitely not least, the ones that are booked right now, Vibes is going to be Saturday, December 13th. So if you want to at any point in time either message me or rewind or whatever you'd like, you can see the format of all the qualifier information within the next couple of days. I'll put it out there too. I'm going to make a YouTube short on everything that involves the breaking point.
Are you going to have this posted on Facebook or someplace that it's readily accessible?
I'm on Facebook every day. What do you mean?
I know.
Yeah, absolutely. For sure.
But you know how it is, pinned somewhere because it's hard to find stuff.
That is true. Yeah. I'm going to put it in every one of the a lot of the pool halls have their own Facebook group. So I'm going to have it pinned to their Facebook group as well. Ashley Ernst actually gave me a really good idea this morning from Charlie's. She is going to create an event for that date on their page. So it makes it that much more accessible, and then you can actually sign up on their page as well. So that makes a big deal, or it makes my job a lot easier. And I'm telling you, this this is a daunting task. There's a lot going into this. So anybody that is 625 Fargo and under is welcome to play. Minimum robustness of 400 is required. Wow.
I feel like there's an inside joke there. I don't.
There's not. It's just Rich being Rich. We all know he's not really that stable, you know. Well, I think he would have rather that stayed on the table, given the fact where it ended up.
You dance for bachelorette parties?
We're first talking about that, right? I thought that's what we were already talking about.
No, let's talk the taco one.
Oh.
Good hit.
Well, that turned out very well for Patrick. Rich, I hope you're correct. The breaking point is it's going to be it's one of a kind, never been done before, so we'll see. I've tried things like that have not worked out, aka the Midwest KO Challenge. Ooh, 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 ooh. Oh, and he got away with it too. If you like pool and you like reality TV like Survivor or The Big Break, obviously, that's where it derived from, you're going to enjoy this. Well done. Oh, just leaked out. Thin cut on the 7, though. Not guaranteed shape.
Good one, Harmon.
Wow. Guess who's starting at -5 his next round? That would be Harmon. Uh-oh. Uh-oh.
Just gonna
Oh, boy. Good luck in your next round, buddy. That buzzer's going to be going off more than the timer on your oven when you're cooking.
modify the shot clock so his goes faster.
Yeah. It's going to start at 30, but after about a second and a half, it's going to be down to 0 already. I feel like you're in a time warp. I've often said that to Mrs. Cheddar. You know, I really thought that, you know, the black smoke and everything else when you're cooking or the smoke alarm itself isn't that a cooking timer? I bet it is when Rich cooks. Rich, do you even cook?
Rich don't cook.
I was gonna say he comes down to Varsity Club and cooks up something off the menu. You know what's funny about this, Roger, is I can hear through the door of the booth right next to me that Kyle Vertel, bless his heart, is listening to the stream on full volume. I'm assuming that his hearing aids probably, the batteries haven't been changed in so long, so he's going to have the volume so high.
Does he have his earbud in?
No. He's just out there on full volume. All right, 2-1 in favor of Patrick. Let's talk about one of our sponsors, shall we? There it is, Billet Spin, EDC. If you don't know what that stands for, it's called Everyday Carry. Items that you put in your pocket and carry around with you. Like fidget spinners and ball markers for your golf game, or a pocket knife, or what else does Rich make? All kinds of stuff. Go check out Billet Spin. If you have a nervous condition or you have the same afflictions as Roger Pregler, go check out some of Rich's stuff over there. And somewhere along the way, I think you could probably get a glimpse of that $30,000 cue that he made.
That is sweet cue.
It is. And very playable, too. Pretty decent golfer, too. Not bad. I mean, I've been out with better, but that's, my caddying days.
Better,
Pens. That's it. Couldn't think of it.
Yep.
Pens.
Did it originally start with the tops for that EDC?
I think Rich could clarify that, but I'm pretty sure that's how it started. And I have one of those tops at my house sitting on, I guess it would be the armoire or like the China. It's not really a hutch, but kind of between the kitchen and the living room. And every time I walk by it, I spin it. And I think the most I've spun it was like, if I remember correct, it was like 14 minutes. Something like that. Wow, we got away with it again.
Yep.
I think I'd have to 3-rail this one.
Yep. You could one, but tight angle in there.
Oh, I'm assuming here I'll show it because I have the choice whether it can be shown or hidden. I'm assuming he's talking about you, Roger. I think you got to scroll down or refresh.
No hit.
Not. What's going on, Raymond Jacobs? Tuning in from the Netherlands. As you can tell, obviously, Roger is much closer to his camera than I am. Got Patrick's butt right in your face, too. Ooh, jeez. Yikes. Does that explain the look on your face, I'm assuming?
I was reading Rich's comment.
Yeah. It's, again, I'm pretty sure that was about you, not me. Way to keep it clean, buddy. Way to keep it clean.
Leave it tough.
Yep. This is not a bad two-way, though. I think I'd bank it down past the 10.
That's my shot, not yours.
And sorry, excuse me. Yeah, you did that to me yesterday too on that freaking 15 ball that I couldn't believe you made.
And twice 2 days before.
Oh my gosh. Not a big fan of that shot actually, because for obvious reasons, you miss it, it's a sellout.
Wonder if he was trying to play safe there and leave it down on the end rail.
Possibly.
So you're excited about your table and you're talking about butt plugs? Come on, Rich.
Yeah, he is just very disturbing. But that's really nothing new when it comes to Rich.
Flat on this one.
Yeah, this is not easy. I appreciate that, Raymond. Thank you. Always a pleasure to have you tuning in from on the other side of the planet as well. And with 99% of our viewers, they're very good at keeping it clean. And then you have Rich Stadler, the 1%. Oh, boy.
I would expect nothing less
Oh, boy.
from Rich.
That just changed the entire dynamic of this first set. Patrick would have been up 3-1 with 5 minutes left, and now it's going to be 2-2. That is, I think it's a testament to UPL format, where I was talking, who was it the other day? Was it no, it wasn't you, Roger. I try to avoid talking to you. But how every shot counts in this format, this tournament, is everything can change in the blink of an eye, and it has repeatedly in some of these matches. That one miss can cost you. Am I right, Rich Stadler? Him. We both went through it, where it could just flip the entire script of the match. You think you're up, you think you have total control, and then one miss, now you're fighting for your life again.
All right, Rich dropped it down to $1 for you.
Jeez, I already said 5 was fine. Apparently, Rich Stadler is getting a new diamond table today, so maybe we could get him out of the chat then. I mean, how dare I speak of one of my sponsors like that? I'm going to go out there for a moment. He's got.
Just reset it.
So this is kind of where you're in that situation where, are you happy with a tie in the first set, and don't do anything stupid like I did in my last match?
No comment.
Ooh, this is going to come all the way around to the... Never mind.
He who preaches clock management on
Yeah.
the stream.
And I did it exactly. You know, and it's funny because the match before mine was Rudy McGill and Ken Shaw, right?
Yep.
And I said the same thing. Or no, I'm sorry, it was the match before that because Duncan and Stephen Kilberg played after that. But anyway, either way, I even said the same thing about Ken Shaw. That why don't do that? You know, that's a huge mistake.
Yep.
And I made the same mistake in the blink of an eye that it cost me the match. And I've got nobody to blame but myself. But man, that one hurt. Holy smokes! Yeah, that counts.
So, what was your thought process when you were out there doing that?
The biggest thing that went through my head was the fact that, yes, I could go into a third set, but then I have to win it, right?
Mm-hmm.
Because then it would have been tied, right? So I would rather go into the third set needing just a tie to go to a shootout. So that was my thinking of, okay, I want to win this set. And, it was of the simplest of outs and took no concentration at all on the 11 ball. Just completely took it for granted. Well, I tried to hold for the 8 ball, you know,
Yep.
and put too much inside English on that shot, and it cost me. It was just dumb. Yeah, it's one of those moments that you just don't you don't prepare yourself for, you know.
Well, it's hard if you haven't been in that situation, I would guess.
Mm-hmm. I like this shot. There's still 2 minutes left where Rich can kick at just blow all the time off. Take your extension to where there's so little time left on the clock that Patrick cannot get out. Yep. So here's where I find it funny is I've seen this happen way too many times where guys will ask for an extension, but then they'll get up and shoot right away. See, I'd wait, like this. I'd wait until I was down to 5 seconds, but you better make sure you get a hit. And we've seen that on the stream before, too, where guys they'll take a whole bunch of time and then miss the shot, or they'll miss the hit.
Nice hit.
Yeah, this is good.
Good leave, too.
See, now, if I was Patrick, I think I would just, you just don't make sure that Rich doesn't get back to the table with an open rack. Yeah, so this is going to end up in a tie. See, now look how monumental that miss in the last game became for Patrick.
Yep. Good hit.
Here, get out in 10 seconds. Let's see it.
No, he's just gonna.
I love it. It's fabulous. All right, That one's going to end in a tie. Let's see if the guys want to take a break or not.
So was I supposed to hit start new match?
Nope.
Figures.
Oh, yeah. No, it's good. So the only thing is... So I have about a 12.5-minute video that I'm not going to play on the stream because nobody wants to listen to my voice that long. Shut up, Roger. But it gives a very full description as to, you know what? Let me start it out. Actually, everybody that's in the chat, do me a huge favor because I do want to check the volume on this video. Let me see if I can find it first. Let me know if I need a volume adjustment. This is the start of it. The breaking point, where ability faces adversity and only the strongest will survive. 12 players from across the state have battled through grueling regional qualifiers for one shot at the spotlight. Now, under the heat of the lights and the pressure of perfection. All right, players are back, so we're going to watch the match instead of listening to me. So for future reference, let me know if I need to turn the volume up or down or off.
Mute.
Bridges are okay to use, correct?
Absolutely. Yep. All right, set number 2. Same thing. Patrick starting at -1. but 3 minutes added to the clock. Roger, how would you assess set number 1?
Even.
Wow, way to go out on a limb. Way to put a lot of thought into it, too.
No, I thought they played pretty consistently. Pretty consistent. Couple mishaps here and there.
I think both are
Nice shot.
that was, I would have to say that's probably one of the best shots of the match so far. I would say both of them are shooting right at their Fargo. Actually, it appears to me to be very obvious that I should have never even started out playing that video because we lost 14 viewers already. Damn it. I keep forgetting to tell myself to not do that.
Or it was your voice?
Oh, for sure. Nicely done. Took that down to the last second.
Should be out here.
Yeah, there's no trouble. I think the 9 to the 10 is going to be the most difficult, and that's not even that bad. But here at Outer Points Productions, we are big fans of the Commentator's Curse. And I don't think you have one under your belt yet, do you?
I do not.
Yeah, you need to get one.
Won't be this time.
Oh, you don't know that for sure. Mission accomplished. That was a good run by Patrick.
I'll get the hang of it sooner or later.
Beautiful thing. So if you've not heard, we have a triple header tomorrow. 1 o'clock, 4 o'clock, and 6-ish, 6:30, 7 o'clock, somewhere around there. And we've got 3 really good matches. I'll put those flyers up in just a little bit. One of them is the true David versus Goliath tomorrow, which is Timothy Doyle and Jeremy Fedkenhauer. So Jeremy has to start at -5. There's 15 minutes going to be added to the match clock. So it's, I think it's 4. I can't remember Tim's Fargo, but it's 4:30 something, and Jeremy Fedkenhauer obviously be 7:17 Fargo. He's got his work cut out for him tomorrow. I think it's going to be fun to watch. You know, it's one of those matches, too, that Tim Doyle just, if you win one game, it changes the entire.
Yep. It's hard to make that up.
That is going to hit a rail, so good hit. Fortunately for Rich, leaves wide open for Patrick.
And Rudy shoots fast. What was the average number of games he had?
Dear Lord. What was it? The first set of his quarterfinals match was 12 games total played. I think he spotted one game, so that would have been a 35-minute match clock. So 12 games in 35 minutes. Because the final score was 10-1. That was insane.
Hanger.
Ooh. That barely trickled over the edge. So Raymond Jacobs asked the questions. Where's Chris, a.k.a. David? You talking about Chris Green? David Gilmore? Is that who he reminds you of? Raymond? Jesus, what an insult to David Gilmore. What an insult to Pink Floyd too, you know? Dear Lord.
That's a nice shot.
I believe he was intending to stick behind that five ball, but still ended up very good. Does not leave Patrick with a pocketable ball. That is a foul. Hang on a second.
Q hit the rail, didn't it?
You sure?
Pretty sure.
Nope. That is a foul. Oh, the 10 hit the rail.
10 hit the rail, yeah.
All right.
Crisis averted.
No doubt. That is one of the rules that I go over with the players. You know, actually, I think what I'm going to do is just mic myself up the next time I go over the rules. But fouls will be called from the booth. If we see a shirt or a sleeve or, you know, something touch a ball, it is a foul. So
Feather foul. You got to call the shirt foul in the Reyes Cup.
At all costs, I try to avoid calling any fouls because it just sucks. When you're the guy coming out of the booth to let a player know that they fouled and they didn't know it, it's not a fun thing to do. Unless it's Rich Stadler, I don't mind calling fouls on him, even if he did or didn't. You know.
And then he calls you names back.
He does anyway. Nicely done. That was a good shot. Tough getting on the 7 ball, though. You almost got to take your chances of bouncing off that 9 ball.
Yep, come around.
Good shot. Wow, that was really well done. And if it wasn't for Trevor Simpson, we could get that on instant replay.
Trevor is actually playing in a tournament today at
He is.
Skinny Bob's.
On 9-footer. 9 ball on 9-footers. Won his first match, Hill. And then had to play a 589 Fargo. So I'm not sure how that one ended up. Well, great opportunity for Rich Ciampa to get that first game back and get right back to where we started. Patrick's break, which is going to bring us to, who should we talk about? We could talk about Andy Coons, but I don't think he's here.
We still talk about him.
That's true. Let's talk about Kevin Dorn. We haven't talked about him in a while. Well, we shouldn't even talk about Kevin, actually, because it's not his company. It's his wife, Lynn. She does all the work anyway, so. LK Painting and Staining. They work with doors, windows, walls, base, case, staircase, cabinets, really anything in the home that needs to be finished. Other than what I just got done saying. Who doesn't work? Kevin, right? New construction and remodeling. For an estimate, do not ask for Kevin. Ask for Lynn at 920-213-2257. Anywhere in the Fox Valley and beyond.
Kevin actually stated what he actually does.
I don't know if he knows exactly what he does. I think he drives around a lot. You ever been to his office?
No.
It's above the barn, and he's got a valley table up there. He's got, how does that miss that? Wow. It's actually a pretty nice area. They got a big spread out there with it's like 5 or 6 buildings. Old farm, and converted into a paint shop, and wow, that's a beauty. Does that go past there, Roger?
That's tight. Yeah, it's straight on.
Yeah, hard to move forward on that 3 ball. I think I would have probably tried to float forward and play the 3 in the corner instead.
That was a tough cut.
I was going to say, he seems like super disappointed in that, and that was not an easy shot at all. That was tough. I don't think it started on that, did it?
And hard for me to multitask, you know that.
Multitask. Multitasking means you're doing. Do you know the definition of multitasking? It means doing more than one thing at the same time, right? Okay, there is no such thing. You can only do one thing at a time. Am I right? Multitasking is a made-up word. But you're only doing one thing, Roger.
Push the button. But I have to watch and then push the button.
Sure. Yeah, I know. That's hard. That is hard.
And I was trying to see what the score was at the Badger game. Getting blown out.
That's like, can you burp and fart at the same time? Or can you,
Oops.
was it fart and sneeze at the same time? Just hit the stop ball.
But I screwed that up.
That's all right. If he needs an extension, we'll figure it out. So we're going to update the time.
Just let him know he has one.
Yeah.
Should allow you to redo that.
Why does it say it's Patrick's? Hold on a second. What is going on here?
No, start. See, I had one job to do. Couldn't do it.
1-1.
Yeah. Didn't. Oh, it didn't take me to the update screen.
No. Hang on. Hit stop all.
Rick, give me just 1 second. I already stopped the clock. I gotta update that. The score is off. It's 1-1.
All right. Scoreboard should be correct. This is high opportunity for a foul. No, hit it good. Well, hit it without fouling.
Always tough when you're shooting over a ball. Nice shot.
Oh, that's a brutal roll. That was a brutal roll right off the outer points. So just to give everybody an idea, and I'm going to update it again tomorrow morning, but tomorrow's matches are Koi Suggestion taking on Grayseek at 1 o'clock. Then we've got Cody Wedig and Vincent Didio at 4 o'clock. And then the 7 o'clock match, as I mentioned before, is Timothy Doyle and Jeremy Fedkenhauer. So hopefully it rains tomorrow. And then you're stuck.
Oh.
Then you're stuck listening to me and Chris Green.
Mute. I don't know if Chris is listening because I think he's golfing.
Yeah. Well, that. Yeah, it's really not even a. It's not even a turning point at this stage of the match. There's way too much time left in this set for it to have like a major impact. But I guarantee you, Rich is not happy with that scratch there. What kind of angle does he have?
I think he's short.
Dead straight? Or it's hard to tell. I think he's got to load up on a ton of high left. Yeah. Obviously, he was super straight in on that 6 ball, trying to cheat it a little bit to get to the 7. Good shot. Nice angle to get back down to the 8 ball. Roger, do you go 1 rail or 2?
1.
I like that call just for the simple fact is that typically is what is going to happen.
Could have meant 2 rails this side too.
Yeah, the 1 railer and leave it a little bit short, then you're guaranteed you're not going to scratch. But we've all done that before.
Slow learners.
Yet again, another major turning point in this match. Rich had the game in his grasp twice and decided he didn't want it. This is why pool players drink so much.
Certain ones.
Yeah. I think this is one of the games that causes early aging, gray hair, erectile dysfunction, testicular cancer,
Memory loss.
Yeah. You end up with, weird friends. Rich Stadler, Chris Green, Roger Pregler, Matt Strong, Vincent Schrader. Oops, sorry. You in there? You still there, Vincent? Kyle Vertel. Bless his heart.
I think Kyle went home.
Don't threaten me. He's listening to the stream on the way home. Jesse Crook in the house. Pool table cleaner extraordinaire. As well as Letty, if she's listening. Letty doesn't listen to the stream. Smart woman.
2 for 1 special. I think he called the 5.
Mm-hmm. Two to the 3 is not simple. Yeah, this is... Oh, he's probably going to play the 6. Think of it, 2 caroms in one game. Mm-hmm. This 3 could end up anywhere, though.
Yeah, that's what I was thinking.
Yeah,
Up on that
and
right
ended
home.
up not so good. Called it in the lower right. I like that because it's a big blocker. Well, not if you hit it like that. Well, that ended up really well, actually.
Same result.
Yeah. Lots of traffic, lots of blockers. Oh, duh. It didn't even dawn on me that why Rich hasn't said anything. His new table.
Yeah, he's probably practicing on it now.
All right. Putting the
shot.
first burn marks in the cloth and spilling a beer. Miscuing.
I think he's slightly hooked on this 3 ball.
Oh no, he's fully hooked. Wow. Little frustration setting in with Rich. Been there.
Is that the door handle thing?
I wish I had a mute button that was closer to me, where I don't have to, where I could just, instant instead of, I'd have to look for it.
Put the big red button on
Or
the desk.
or a edit button or something.
Easy button.
Yep. Smart shot. Otherwise, you're looking at a rattle. Leave it sitting on the table. Try to force that one in. No. Uh-oh. 50-yard line.
Good shot.
3-1.
Is that 27-0? Is that the score?
Sure. Oh. The Badger game.
Badgers,
Yep.
yeah.
It is. Ten and a half minutes for Rich Ciampa to get 2 games back, or he is going to have to outright win set number 3. Ooh. And scratches on the break. That is bad news for Rich. Well, the 4-5 ended up. Actually, the 1 to the 2 is just as. Yeah, not an easy rack, so lots of things can happen. If I'm Patrick, I'm going to be running a whole bunch of time off of this clock. Hello? It's the only reason I put that little window on this booth. Baby cheddar. Wait a second. Wait just 1 minute. Aren't you at work right now? That is not going to end up anywhere near what Patrick wanted.
See how responsible she is? She's off of work.
Hmm. All right. Kind of like the end of set number 1, Rich with a golden opportunity to steal this one back, and but it would be his break. No, it would be Patrick's break. I was gonna say you could tie this match up again.
7 minutes left at that point.
All right, here's the one that matters, I think. Don't want to stay short. Couldn't have hit it much better. Miscue? I think he miscued. Yep. Just looked at the tip of his cue. I think he tried to get too much out of that. I think I would have just hammered it, come off the rail and out.
Yep.
Yeah. Miscue. Well, that's monumental. That's probably going to put it completely out of reach now for Rich. Again, it's just like set number one we were talking about. Those one-game swings or one-shot swings, just tremendous difference makers.
Definitely not a good time for a miscue.
No, I don't think there's ever a good time for a miscue. But. Speaking of miscues, Jesse Crook is in the house. God, I hope he's listening to the stream. I doubt it, but doesn't he listen to like Taylor Swift or Sonny and Cher?
One of those.
Madonna.
I got you, babe.
Let's talk about Matt Strong. I don't think he's even making knives anymore, is he?
I'm not sure.
But he and Katie, his wife, are still sponsors of the stream. And if you want to find out if they're still making knives, contact them at the strongnifecompany.com. If you're looking for that perfect gift for that friend or family member who is difficult to buy for, a.k.a. Mrs. Cheddar, Matt Strong makes incredibly beautiful and functional custom knives. From the outdoor enthusiast to the home chef, he's got you covered. You'll be amazed how much better a custom knife cuts. Well, if I'm rich,
You'd be running around that table?
I'd be a little bit younger, or I'd be a little bit older, have less hair. Just kidding. Love you, Rich. I do. But yeah, I would be flying around this table right now. There is time. Oh, boy.
Ouch.
He is just shooting himself in the foot this entire set. Nice hit. Oh, and he got away with it, too. Just trying to do a little bit too much. You know, yeah, if you've been noticing, he loves to spin the ball. Got a little too much out of that 5-ball.
It should just came back out.
Mm-hmm. Agreed. I would have liked that angle better than being straight on anyway. All right back to where he left off. Let's see if he can make it a little bit more successful this time. Oh, there he goes. He is on that mission now. Is there time, Roger Pregler?
It's gonna be tough.
Yeah.
Give up a break in between.
But this is a good 4.5 minutes of practice for set number 3, because it's going to happen either way.
Break and run at what? 10 seconds a ball if you're lucky.
No, I think it could go faster than that, because if you look at the 6-ball shootouts that we've had, like Tim Stockinger's was 23.45 seconds. So that's 5. Well, that's definitely going to end it. Miscue. So that's 6 seconds per ball. That's not bad.
All right, gotta run. Four is tough.
Seems to be a little frustrated at that, but he's got a shot. So now he's in big trouble. Now he's jacked up over the 6-ball. And
Gotta get a bit of a right on it.
and then scratch. Ooh, I thought he scratched. I think I would just play safe if I was Patrick. Draw that cue ball behind the 9-ball somewhere, send that 3 up table, and be done. Call this set complete. First used up all the time and then ask for an extension. Yep, that'll do. I would have already shot this shot 14 times.
You couldn't get to the table that fast.
Good hit. And extension coming. Jeez, did Ohio State score again?
Yep.
34-0. Ouch.
Jammed it in there.
Just when it doesn't matter. Now, if that happened in, it's 1-1 and 15 minutes left in set number 3, then it might be very substantial.
Yep, just burn the time off.
Yep, Rich now in the electric chair. Yeah, it doesn't matter anyway. Not going to win 2 games in 1 minute when you're not at the table anyway. Even if you foul. So what?
Right, yep.
Wow, that's pretty good.
Start practicing for the shootout.
Wow. Oh,
Freezes
that,
right
that
on
was
it.
that was a really good shot on the 5.
So what should I do here?
Either one. Yeah. Either way, it's going to take you to that screen.
It's up to you if you want to take 5 or. So if he wins or ties the next match, he wins. I have to win. And that would be a shootout. Yeah, you'd think we'd know better by this point.
Just type in -1.
Yes. Yep.
Patrick's. No, Rich is right.
Yeah. Riches. Yeah, it is Riches.
Because they start with the. Rich broke last.
Well, they still alternate.
Then it's Patrick's word.
Is it?
Mhm.
For sure?
Not for sure. I thought he broke on the scratch, didn't he?
Was that Rich? Yeah, it is Patrick's break.
I did that already. You're going to look again?
Yeah, it says Rich. It says right there on the scoreboard.
Yeah.
Fuck, how'd I do that?
Perfect. All right. Fellers want to keep playing, so set number 3, and Rich must outright win. A tie or a loss, obviously the match will go to Patrick.
Hope that F-bomb wasn't on there.
Whose? Yours? Well, it wouldn't be the first one, and definitely is not going to be the last. Depending if Rich Stadler's in the chat again.
Rich never swears.
No, I'd be swearing at him. Interesting.
Does that go by? I don't think so.
I think he called the 8. Or it may have a very itty-bitty tiny window. Wow. That was like a third of a pocket.
Yep. Good shot.
That one catches the outer point, and I think Rich can see a piece of it. I don't know if he can pocket it, though. I'd have to spin around this 9 ball of fuzz. No, looks like he's queuing right at it.
Plenty of room.
A little off on the speed, but Nice recovery. Play this in the side. Come around the 9. Yeah, I would go forward with this. And that's you. All right. It works. If you get out, it doesn't matter. I would have liked to gotten a little bit closer to my work, though. And away from that 9 ball. Little jumpy on that shot.
Yep.
Makes it a little bit harder.
So if you're sitting in the chair right now, what are you thinking, Dale?
If I'm rich,
Yep.
I would take an extra second in my pre-shot routine, and I'd talk myself into it. I think he needs to slow down. There's so much time left in this match yet, and to keep giving games away, got to stop doing it. But tell yourself in a positive manner. Negative thinking leads to negative results every time. And it's only, it's 0-0. So if you want to, update that. Patrick?
Need my glasses.
That's the reason.
Spanked 34-0.
Yeah, it's quite the butt whooping going on. Who in the chat knows what the forecast is for tomorrow? I need to put in a request for rain.
Surprised you didn't push on that shot. Hi, Al Holden. How's it going today?
Al, what's the forecast for tomorrow? I mean, I know it's the same for you no matter what. Being in prison. Gray and cloudy. Marilyn, good afternoon, young lady.
Denied on that shot.
Not an easy shot for Rich. Probably going to play the 7 ball. But where is it going to end up? That is the question. Good shot. Smart not going for that 7 ball. Is the game over or is it halftime?
Over.
34-0. What a butt whooping. Good hit. And nope. I think I would have liked to see Rich play that 4 in the side instead of the way that he did and come 2 rails to get back down table for the 5 ball.
Yeah, that was my first thought.
Yeah, because I've seen 6 or 7 shots that I think I would have tried something different where you're not selling out. Oh, thanks, Al. Tomorrow there's going to be weather. Whether you like it or not. Sorry.
Cloudy and 20-mile-per-hour winds.
Cloudy. Windy. Sounds like a good day to be watching golf. Or streaming pool. $56 for a high. That'll bring out the outer points. Oodles and oodles of time yet for Rich to extension. Come back and make this a match, but he cannot afford another gift to Patrick.
Thanks for that update, Al.
All right, so here's the lineup for tomorrow. Be here at 12:50. Match starts at 1 o'clock. Koi and Gray Seek at 1. 4 o'clock, we have Cody Wettig. He's lost a lot of weight. Looking good. Kind of a weird haircut, having that flat top there. And, of course, the Vincent Didio of the Vincent Didio Memorial Pocket, the reason for the name. And then David versus Goliath at 6 or 7. It says 4 o'clock. That's because my secretary screwed up. That's me. 4:53 Fargo against a 7:17. So 5 full game spot. Yikes. It's going to be fun.
couldn't tell if you could see that clean or not.
Yeah, that was a good shot. Not the hardest of combos, but where is the 2 going to end up? That is the biggest. Wow, he couldn't have hit that any better. That's well done. So you asked that question earlier, Roger. What do you do? This is where I feel that Rich has really let himself down. Instead of, see, I would have left myself with a little bit of an angle on that. Just take an extra stroke. That's all you need. Just one. Make sure you're lined up.
Gives it a few extra seconds.
Well, it's better than a few less, because then I get ripped apart. All right, a little bit jacked up over the 10, but shouldn't be anything to worry about. I like his pace, and I think he's doing kind of what I was talking about, where taking a little bit of extra time.
Yep.
And it's easy to get jittery out there. I mean, it's easy to show up fast. Man, that thing took off. When it hit that last reel, it just spun. But those, if you noticed, you probably couldn't see it at home, but Roger and I could see it. There was that negative reaction to, the ball spinning. So that's one of the, it typically will lead to a bad next shot. Got to take what the table gives you.
Yep.
You're the one that shot it. Easy for me to say. Not to do.
Do as I say and not as I do.
Correct. Wait. Yep. I had to think about that for a second.
You're going to think I was trying to con you into something.
Known you for a long time, Roger. Well, that is... And it's not a... And Rich, when you go back and listen to this, it's not a knock on you. It's not a knock on anybody that is, because I get condemned of bashing, Lower Fargo Raider players. And I've never done that. Never intentionally. But that is why their Fargo is where it is, because of those kinds of mistakes.
Just me with the less Fargo you rip on.
The what?
So just me with the less Fargo that you rip on.
Well, and Chris. So now Rich, because of the shape on the 8 ball, has a monumental task of not only catching Patrick, but he has to surpass him. He has to win basically 3-2 or 4-3 or whatever. Otherwise, this match is or Rich is out. This is why you don't have any friends, Al.
I'm kind of on L's side with this one.
Hey.
It was our favorite go-to meal.
In college?
Yep.
Absolutely. Domino's made a friggin' living off of me.
Yep. Us too.
Well, that is a mistake by Patrick that Rich is going to need to capitalize on. Not easy. I think the hardest is going to be the 1 to the 2. Ooh, boy. This is going to be a tough hit, let alone making it.
I don't know if you can.
I don't think there's any way he can hit
Oh.
that. That would have been brutally tough.
Do you go by the 7 or not?
He's going to foul. That's what's going to happen. He is not. I think I'd bank this. This is a horrible angle on this side pocket.
You gotta hit it firm. You don't freeze the 4 on the rail.
Made it.
So you're not supplying enough pizza?
Obviously. No. Apparently not. Wow, that couldn't have worked out any better.
Pretty much a roadmap now.
A lot of stop shots. Well, roll this one forward, get straight in on the 5 for a stop on the 6, stop on the 8. And I believe that's exactly where he's at.
What spot did he end up in on the high roller?
5th, 6th.
6.
He got put out by his fellow Michigander, Ryan Whitens.
So what year is Baby Cheddar?
Junior.
Junior?
Well, didn't leave it easy, but manageable. Oh, boy.
Yep. Trying to hit it soft enough to keep it down there and make the ball.
And I hate to be Captain Obvious, you know, but and it obviously it goes out without saying, but I'm going to say it anyway. This is that monumental turn again, where 3-0, the match is over.
Yep.
Now it's going to be 2-1. Just an insane turnaround. Going from potentially not enough time left in the match for Rich to catch up to being now only one game down.
Close games are more fun.
Absolutely. Shoot out. Shoot out. Of course, Rich has to win the next 2, but anything's possible. We got Roger in the booth, so.
For the second time. Thank Chris Green for that one.
Well, not everybody gets the joy and privilege of sitting with me for an afternoon, Roger. So
Once was enough, and I did it twice.
see, baby Cheddar, this is how I get treated by my friends. You wonder why I talk about them when I get home.
Probably all not so nice either.
4 goes in the side. Shot. Ooh, had a shot on the 1, but does not. 1-2 combo. Not a gimme. And then he's got to find a way to get down to the 3 ball, which is the hardest part.
Very conscientious of where this one ends up.
Hit it pretty good. I think he can end up on the short side. Somewhere up by the top left corner pocket. Just one rail and judge the speed right. This is going to have a little bit of pace to it. A little softer. That was ideal. Goodness. That's a Roger Pregler safe. Or a Dale Lorenz safe.
Both of our safeties last night.
Leave them wide open. I don't think it goes past the 6.
I think it does.
Yeah, I don't think it took.
He's going for the side there.
Well, it does make the game very interesting again. He's got a very sharp angle on the 3 ball, and now the 10 is in front of the 6. Rich is over there blaming it on his... He's over there blaming it on his glasses. Must have had a smudge in between the cue ball and the... Well done, but that's going to end up right behind the 7. Whee! We've got lots of possibilities.
Pool is fun.
No, I'm talking about Baby Cheddar's comments.
All right, chance to capitalize. That's what we do too, Baby Cheddar.
She's the reason why some species eat their young. Yeah, good attempt. Not the best execution. What would you do here, Roger?
I'm playing
You
safe.
you have to. 11 and a half minutes left. I think you have to go for this.
I guess the angle wasn't as steep as it looked. I'm my father's daughter.
Holy smokes. He got all of that. I don't think that was the intended line.
It'll work, though.
That's one of those where you catch a lot more of the rail than you had anticipated. I thought it was going to be a straight draw. That was a good shot there. That was well done. That was probably the match-winning shot right there. That 7-ball. Because the rest is going to put it out of reach for Rich. Because if Patrick can win this, then Rich has to win the next 3. And I don't see that happening in 10 minutes.
Ye of little faith.
Me of reality check. And here comes the hot seat from Patrick. Or the electric chair, I should say. Just going to run the time off the clock.
I'm going to burn up an extension here.
Yeah, and you get 1 extension per game, so I would just use it. But I think he's got enough confidence at this moment that the game is a wrap. Very much like somebody thought Wednesday night at the end of my match. Oh, that was me. Mm-hmm.
What the hell were you thinking, Jared?
Apparently I wasn't. Yeah, that was a lesson learned. A very hard one, too. It was a $1,000 lesson learned. Nine ball goes down. 1 ball stays on the table. Man, you better start running, Rich.
Right?
You have to win 3 games in 9 minutes. It is possible.
Well, you could tie, right?
Nope. No, he has to win
He
outright.
has to win.
Yeah, because Patrick won the last set. Ooh, this is no good. This is no good at all. Now he's going to either run into the 6 or end up way short on the 3-ball. Yep, ran into the 6. Still doable. Just the thin cut. But can you hold for the 4? He was going back to his seat before he...
Yeah.
The cue ball didn't even make it to the 3-ball yet, and he was already headed back to his seat. Al Holden, what are you doing tonight with whilst in prison? Knitting club tonight? Bubba's Beauty Salon
Yeah, what else do they
is
do
on
for
Saturday
fun?
nights. Huh?
So what else do they do for fun?
I would actually try to make both of these
Yep.
at once because it's going to leave you dead straight in on the 7-ball. Yeah, either way. Well, now it's definitely the electric chair for Rich. So just a reminder, tomorrow we have a triple header. Chris Green. He'll be extension.
Al said tiddlywinks.
Tiddlywinks. Nice.
At least he's not dating himself.
No, not at all. I don't think millennials or baby cheddar. Do you know what tiddlywinks is? Or jacks? It's kind of the same game, right? No.
No.
Solitaire. Oh no, that's the cell that he's in. Oh, the pain of the electric chair. And as per the rules of league, I don't know if it has to be that way in this tournament, but it has to be 1 minute or less before there is a concession of match or game or whatever the case may be.
And you just have to sit there and take it.
Yep. But in situations like this, I don't know if I would. I don't think I'd enforce anything like that. If you want to give up, you can give up.
Pack up, walk out the door.
All right? What are you going to do? You're already out of the tournament.
Haven't heard from Rich Stadler, so I assume he's playing on his new table.
We should go over to his house right after this match.
We should.
Go and play on his table. I mean, that'd be the worst feeling in the world. I mean, if you're Rich Stadler and then you get your ass whooped on your own table before you even get to break it in, you know. We don't want to do that to Rich. Is Jeremy doing it?
I believe so. You know, you could throw darts at his golf screen.
That would be fun. All right, we got 4 minutes left to this Saturday afternoon. Then I go home and make flyers.
Which I gotta get some made up for us too.
For what?
For the tournaments coming up and after January.
Wow.
No love. Kind of early to be getting loud in here.
They probably started at 1 o'clock. See, this is when Rich will shoot lights out. You know, now it'll be fast and loose.
Yep.
And he'll get perfect shape on almost everything. Okay.
You jinxed him before he was even done shooting.
Yeah. Miscued.
and take it.
Rich is bound and determined to go out with style. Go out with grace. Or not. All done.
All done, yep.
Now Patrick is going to... Yeah.
No, he just didn't take his time there.
I don't think even taking your time is going to matter.
You don't have to shoot.
All done. Thank you, everybody, for joining Roger and I on this Saturday afternoon here at the Varsity Club. Again, we're going to be back at it. Well, Roger's not going to be. I will be back at it tomorrow. 1 o'clock, 4 o'clock, 7 o'clock. Triple header. Coy and Gray Seek. Cody Wettig and Vincent Didio. And Tim Doyle and Jeremy Fedkenauer. Be a fun day tomorrow. All right. I believe they are just going to let time expire. There's the handshake. There is the hug and kiss. I hate you for beating me. Exchange of some words out there. Oh, look who shows up.
Yeah,
What the
no
hell?
kidding.
Don't talk to him.
Ignore him.
All right, folks, enjoy the rest of your Saturday evening. I'm going to go home and do the exact same thing. Well, I guess it won't be that enjoyable, but making flyers, scheduling, so on and so forth. So until tomorrow, you're welcome, Pete Beshta. Thanks for joining us. Have a pleasant rest of your evening, everybody.
See you later.
That's the most Roger said the whole entire stream.